You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Because there's an axe murderer coming to your house tonight. Hey, what's up, you guys? Film fan 0599 here again, and today we're going to review Better Watch Out. So, Better Watch Out stars Olivia DeLonge and Levi Miller, and what this film is basically about, you know, when this woman named Ashley is babysitting this kid named Luke, you know, it's just kind of going normal and everything, and then until a home invasion happens, and, you know, Ashley needs to basically protect, you know, Luke and everything, and then, just say, without spoiling anything, of course, the movie kind of takes a left turn. That's all I'll say. So, what did I think of Better Watch Out? Now, I had no idea really what this movie was. Like, I seen, you know, my good buddies Adam and Kevin, they watched it together, and they seemed to really enjoy it, and you know, Lee Drum Dums, he really enjoyed it too. So, you know, I've heard of the movie, but I never really knew what the basic premise of the movie was. Like, I really didn't know what it was about. So I basically went into this movie blind, and I was excited to see what they could do with this movie. And how I felt about The Babysitter, kind of a similar movie to this, you know, how I felt about that movie, it's almost exactly how I feel about this film. I really didn't enjoy this all that much. For, like, the first half of it, I will say this, like, for the first half of it and, like, the home invasion part of it, I was actually enjoying the movie. I was like, okay, I'm interested to see where this is going. I'm invested. Then the movie takes the left turn, and that's when I felt like the movie was going down in quality with its entertainment. I wasn't really enjoying it all that much, and I was just kind of bored by it. So yeah, Better Watch Out is kind of meh to me. So, but I do have positives with the film. Let's get into what I thought were the positives with the movie. First being, you know, some of the acting was pretty good. I did think some of the actors were pretty good in the movie. I thought Olivia DeLonge, who plays the babysitter Ashley, I thought she was pretty good. I enjoyed her in the movie. She did do a pretty solid job, and I did actually care for her character. She did do a good job with the movie. I did like her. The guy who plays Ricky, I believe that's what it was, either Rick or Ricky. He was great. I thought he was really good too. Denker Montgomery from, you know, who played Jason in Power Rangers, he actually appears in this movie. Not in all that much, but when he does appear, I did enjoy him in the movie too. So, yeah, some of the acting is pretty solid. And I thought Levi Miller, in the beginning of the movie, was pretty good. You know, it's pretty solid. So, yeah, and the horror element of the movie is pretty good for the most part too. I did think, you know, I really thought they did do a good job of keeping me on edge at some points during this movie. Like, I do think at some points they do a good job of keeping you on edge and wondering what was going to happen next. This movie is also somewhat of a horror comedy too. I did think some of it worked. I will say there were some moments that I did laugh, and it did work at some moments for me. Some of the writing is fine. Like, I did think some of the writing was, you know, not too bad. Directing, I will say, is the best thing about this whole movie. Like, the thing I like the most about this movie is definitely the directing. I thought the directing was actually really great with this movie. It's very well shot, very well edited too. Cinematography is really good as well. There's some, you know, there's some camera tricks that they do in the movie which I thought were really cool. And, you know, I thought they did do a pretty solid job with it. So, yeah, the directing, I will say, was by far the best thing about this movie for me. I did really like the directing with the film. It was very well shot. Editing was really good. Cinematography was very solid, too. So, yeah, directing was really good. I thought definitely was the best element of this entire film. And lastly, like I said, I did enjoy the pacing. I will say was really good when I was really enjoying the movie. Like in that first half, like with the whole home invasion thing. But then Yeah, I'll get more into it when I talk about my negatives, but I will say the pacing during, like, that was pretty good, and I did think it moved at a nice, natural pace at that point. So, yeah. Now the negatives with the film. The negatives are first being the other two actors in the movie, Levi Miller, who I said was pretty good. You know, mostly in the beginning, I thought he did a solid job. But once the movie takes the left turn, he has to kind of act different. That's all I'll say, really. It kind of has to act different, and it just comes off so forced and so over the top to me that I don't buy him as this thing. Like, I don't buy him as a certain thing he's trying to portray. Like, I don't buy it, really. He's not really that great, and there was never a time where I bought him as this character. Like, I just didn't think he did do all that great of a job. His acting was really over the top at points to me, and I just didn't really think that he did a really good job, honestly. He really didn't. Like, I thought his acting was kind of a bit too over the top. And same goes with his best friend, who was played by the kid. He was in The Visit. Oh, same with Olivia DeLong. She was actually in The Visit too. They were the brother and the sister, actually. And he's in it too. And I really didn't think he did a good job either. Like, I really didn't enjoy him in the movie. I thought he was just kind of annoying at points. I just didn't really think he did all that great of a job either. So, yeah, they weren't really that great. The horror element is kind of like, I really didn't care, honestly, for the most part. Like I said, there are some good times where I do think the movie, you know, is leaving me enthralled and really kind of on the edge of my seat at times, but really for the most part I felt like I was just bored. Like, I didn't really care. Like, I was like, okay, you could kind of speed it along with it. I really don't care, honestly. Like, it's just I didn't think they didn't do a really good job of that for the most part, honestly. Like I said, there were some scenes where I did think the tension did feel real, and I did like it, but for the most part, really, I don't think they did that great of a job with it. And also, same goes with, like, the dark, you know, comedy with the movie. It didn't really work all that much for me. Like, I felt like the comedy just didn't really work. Like, there are some moments, like I said, that were funny, but then other times I feel like it's coming off as forced, and it really doesn't work all that well. And besides, this movie is really, also really cliched as well. Like, there were some really predictable moments in this movie, and some decisions that I was just like, really? Like, come on now. Like, there were just some moments in this movie where I was just like, I really thought it was kind of predictable. I was just like, alright, I figured that was going to happen. Nope, I figured that was going to happen too. Like, I hate it when movies are like that, where I can predict, like, a lot of the elements that are going to happen. And I was just like, really? So, yeah, there are some really predictable moments, and plus, this movie gets really ridiculous at points. I was just like, it's the same thing with the babysitter. Like, there's just a point in the movie where it just gets really ridiculous, and I'm like, oh, come on now. Like, I'm supposed to really buy into this. Like, I really didn't think they did that good of a job with it. Like, it just came off as too cartoonish and too ridiculous for me. I was like, alright, whatever. Like, it just really does get really too ridiculous at a point in the film. And lastly, the movie is pretty boring. Like I said, once that left turn happens, the movie gets really dull, and I really wasn't enjoying it all that much, and I thought it was like, I was just like, can this just end already? Like, it's dragging on so much, this movie. Like, if the movie was like the first half, you know, I would have really enjoyed this movie and thought it was pretty solid, but no, once they take that left turn, it's just not all that great. Now, I'm not saying, like, you can't take a left turn with movies. Look at the movie, the perfect example for me, From Dusk Till Dawn. If you've never seen that movie, I won't spoil anything, but you know, it starts off as one movie, but then it takes a left turn and turns into another. And that's a great example for that, because the movie got a lot more awesome once they took that left turn. But it doesn't work in this movie to me. It really doesn't. Like, I felt like it got boring. I just wasn't caring, honestly. I wasn't really invested in the film because it just got boring after they took that left turn. I was just like, this kind of end already. I'm not really enjoying this. So overall, I don't hate Better Watch Out. I think Better Watch Out is an alright movie. It's fine. It's a decent little, you know, Christmas horror comedy thingamajig. It's fine. It's alright. I didn't really enjoy it all that much. It could have been a lot better than it was, honestly. It had a lot more potential to be a much better horror film, but I felt like they just didn't really take advantage of that. So it's time for my official grade on Better Watch Out, and my official grade on Better Watch Out is a C+. It's an alright film. Like I said, I didn't hate the movie, but at the same time, I just didn't really enjoy it either. It definitely could have been a lot better than Preceded, honestly. So, yeah, Better Watch Out. Didn't really enjoy it all that much. Gets a C+. So if you have seen Better Watch Out, what did you think of it? Leave it in the comments section below. And I'm Film Fan 0599, and we will see you all later. Peace.